Welcome, everyone, to South Kitsap High School and Friday night high school football. It's the third game of the season, the first that we're bringing to you live right here on SKTV, Wave Digital Cable Channel 205 on your digital cable. And we're also streaming this game live in high definition on YouTube. You can find the link to the game by going to the school district homepage, click on the YouTube link, and you should be able to watch in HD. Tonight, the Wolves take on Ferndale, the Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagles are a very tough team from up north. They're one of the top teams in the state in Division 3A, and listed as a top team in Whatcom County right now. So they come in with a 2-0 record, and the Wolves are coming on out with an 0-2 record, having played two of the top 10 teams already in the state.
I'd like to take a chance here to introduce your broadcast booth here tonight. The three of us worked most of the games last year and had a good time, and we hope to bring you some information and enjoy the game. But I'd like to introduce out of London, yes, that would be London, England, 1986 graduate of London School of Ballet, and international football star, as in soccer, Lee Ladeau. And out of Nantucket University in New England, where he had a joint full ride scholarship for sailing and fixing just about anything known to man, Phil Nenninger. And then it's me, a humble school teacher from Seattle, Washington, a select U65 softball team, Brian Pickard.
Well, Phil, I don't even know where to go with such a great introduction as that. I'm floored. Thank you very much there, Mr. Pickard. Phil, how do you feel about that fine introduction?
I think that was quite over the top, actually. So, but we're in our third year.
I've been working on that one for all of about 10 minutes, guys.
And we're happy to be here and be able to broadcast for the kids and do this as a part of our service community.
You know, one of the things too that we do this, we enjoy it. We admit we're South Kitsap Wolves, and so if there are some Ferndale or out of town listeners, watchers on this, we apologize in advance for a little bit of a slant lean of bias towards the Wolves. We'll try to give you the information as evenly as possible, but just know that we're here volunteering, having a good time, and as you can tell, and want to bring you some information. We'll do the best job we can.
And to our fans that are watching at home on TV, as you can see the uniforms that we're wearing tonight, we sort of had a problem last year identifying the numbers as it got a little bit darker, so please forgive us if we do not get the right number for the right player. We will do our best to rectify that as we go along.
And South Kitsap will receive the ball to open up the first quarter. It's a beautiful night for a football game out here in Kitsap Bank Stadium, Joe Knowles Field, and just this field is holding up excellent. It's the third year that we have playing on this beautiful field. Normally, beginning of summer, beginning of fall like this after a dry summer, the old field would have been torn up already. So real happy to have this nice, safe field for these players to be on.
So I had a chance to talk to Coach Vartanian today, and he was just saying that he believes that the keys to winning tonight's game is the defense has to make sure they read their keys and control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. He's hoping, obviously, that they can create some turnovers, run the ball with consistency, and most of all, he really wants to win the time of possession tonight. So he believes if all that can work itself out, that they have a great chance of winning tonight's game.
So back to receive the ball this year. Again, it's very difficult for us to see some of these numbers. But for South Kitsap, it's going to be, I believe that's Quinn Ogan and Riley Escolta. And kick, drops down about the 10-yard line. Picked up and a nice run up the middle. Get some blocking.
That was Quinn Ogan right there. Nicely done.
Great run back to the 25-yard line. So South Kitsap will take over first and 10, 25, 26-yard line, and good job. He let that bounce around a little bit, but got picked up, and about a 17, 18-yard return.
Yes, and actually, as far as offensive players are concerned tonight, Quinn Ogan is one that Coach Vartanian believes we should go ahead and watch. He believes you should watch them all, but, he's just picking a couple out for tonight, and he believes that Isaiah Davis and Garrison Glisson hopefully can spark the offense.
So we had stoppage of play on that. No flag, no penalty. South is getting a signal from the sideline. They run this hurry-up offense, pistol, shotgun formations. And first play from scrimmage is a run. Quarterback from keeper, rolled on out. Steps out of bounds, looks like about the 33-yard line, but that was quarterback number 10,
Garrison Glisson.
So that's about a 12-yard gain. First play of the game, so excellent start for South Kitsap.
I believe, Phil, if we're looking at the size when we're just looking at our paper with the players on both sides, we're pretty outweighed on some of the players with Ferndale.
Ferndale has some big kids there, but got some good blocking.
But if we can do this,
and he's broken on down all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Great play.
Great run, great blocking up front. That hole opened up huge. And South Kitsap is marching down the field. That was, I believe, number 34, Isaiah Davis.
And this is exactly what they needed to do, is come right out of the gates.
It's about a 60-yard run. Great job. 2 running plays, and we're already down to 14 in Ferndale. Another run coming on up. This one's stuffed for little, no gain. Up the left side. Again, that's Isaiah Davis, but that's what South has to do. We have to pound the ball, be able to open up some passing for us.
Well, I'm just going to go back to what I said earlier, or what Coach Vartani was saying. If we can make sure we control the line, we're going to have a great chance tonight.
So South ready for the snap again. Pass play this time. Overthrown to the receiver. He was pretty well covered anyway, so that's not a bad throwaway. Brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 11. A little bit different offense this year. You know, we were last year we were averaging 4 to 5 seconds from ready to play to snap. We're taking a little bit more time and making sure we get things right this year.
Yeah, Coach Vartani was going to stick with Coach Krolick's offense, but he decided to do it his own way, and I'm glad he did.
So quarterback keeps the ball. That's Garrison Tissemery out to the left-hand side, bringing the ball down to 4-yard line, right at the 1st down marker.
I think it is a 1st down there, Phil.
We'll have to see where they mark the ball. It's real close. Nope, they're scheduling 4th down, and we're talking 4th and about a foot and a half. So I think if I'm coach, I go for it.
I go for it here. You've got the momentum right now. Yeah, you've just got to go for it.
You know you're going to need points against this team, so you might as well take the chance and dial it up. Handoff off left side, and they're going to lose a little bit of ground there, so it's going to be turnover and downs.
And the fumble doesn't really matter right there. I mean, it was 4th down anyway.
Yeah, no, it's turned over. You know, as long as our defense can hold them, we're still going to get the ball back in good field position. But Ferndale take over on their own 13-yard line. I have to admit, I still agree with Nicole when this part of the game, try to make something happen.
Yeah, we got, it looks like we got about 81 yards on that first drive. So, I liked seeing Glisson actually when he's out on the flats. I think that gives the defense for Ferndale something to think about. And I like it when he's in motion.
So Ferndale's under center, handoff. South Kitsap hits at the line of scrimmage and holds them down to about a yard. So great start for the defense. Good start for the offense. Great start for the defense. Let's keep this up.
Well, our defensive players that Coach Vartanian's picked out for the night, he's wanting just to, watch what Nathan Marin can do, and Nome Padrones, I believe that's how his last name is pronounced. If not, I apologize. So let's see what those two can do tonight, along with the others.
So we get second about a long 8. Some miss up in backfield. South gets them for about a 5-yard loss.
At least.
Excellent job. Looked like little bit of a blown play on Ferndale's part, but South's line was penetrating, was right there.
You know, I didn't see the first 2 games, but these kids, these Wolves kids are just fired up. They're fired, going out after it tonight.
Yeah, that brings up 3rd down and 12. They have to get up to about the 18-yard line, and it's from the 6-yard line. Wolves moving around, run up the middle, but they bring them down. South holds them. It's going to be 4th down and about a long 4 or 5 yard line.
Yeah, I got to believe they're going to punt.
So we're going to send Quinn Hogan back to punt the ball.
Receive.
Number 81. I'm sorry, to receive the ball. And Quinn did a great job last year, had a nice return on the kickoff. He's only at about the 50-yard line, so we should get good field position. So it's a low punt. He picks it up on a bounce, takes on up, gets 3 or 4 yards. Nice little return. Down to 45-yard line of Ferndale. So South will start their 2nd drive in Ferndale territory.
Ferndale's punter was quite a big lad there. I'd like to see the size of that young man. Well,
So South getting ready. 1st down. They get the signal in from the sideline every play. It's one thing that allows them to speed up the offense when they want to. We have a very active student section going on tonight, and that's wonderful to see. Refs are repositioning the ball there. So we start from 45, 1st and 10. First play from center is another run, but he gains 5 yards, 1st down. That's
good blocking up front there.
34, Isaiah Davis again, 5 yards.
Coach V was also, saying how well Glisson's come along, especially from last year. He's very much improved, so a lot more control. Very pleased with his performance.
A great long pass play coming on up. A little bit overthrown. Receiver had some decent coverage on it, but that's not a bad time to take a shot when you have 2nd and 5. So, well, 3rd and 5 from the 40-yard line. Another pass play. Oh, again, slightly overthrown. He'll get it down. That's usually a little bit of excitement and nerves in the 1st quarter. I think Glisson will get those back down, but Southfield's going to go back and punt.
Yeah, he's been open a couple times, so if we can get this, we're going to be okay.
So our punter is number 18, Kyle Failing.
I believe he has all the kicking duties there, Phil.
Hopefully we can pin Ferndale down inside the 20 somewhere.
That's-
Bad snap over his head. He's picking it up, but he's down there.
He's down already.
He's on his knees already. So Ferndale will take over on the South Kitsap 25-yard line. But unfortunately, that snap was just a little bit too far over his head for him to get to.
And he's a tall kid, so that's got to be quite a ways over his head. Ferndale are tough enough as it is, so we really don't want to be giving them this close to the goal line.
No, Ferndale takes over at South Kitsap 25. It's a reverse. Up the middle, gain of about 6 yards. So I was never a huge fan of these quick handoffs going on in the backfield. I know you try and get some misdirection, but if you get any penetration at all, they start to become losses. And I think South Kitsap's defensive line is doing a pretty good job getting some penetration. So hopefully we can turn that into some losses here. Second down, right up the middle. Gain of about 1. I'll bring up 3rd and 3. We would love to give you tacklers' names, but to be honest with you, getting these red numbers on these dark gray jerseys, we just can't really see who's making them at this point. I would say I think our defense so far looks like they've improved over the last couple of years. It's nice to see. Again, right up the middle. Oof, breaks it on through. Nice tackle to get him down at the 1 yard line. But that's a long gain. 17 yards in that play, right up the middle.
Looks like Ferndale might just be a running team here.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single real pass play from them.
No.
It looks like they're doing some misdirection with their runs and trying to pound up the middle. So.
Well, here's the times you want those turnovers.
Another run up the middle. South does a good job of getting there, but he does fight himself in for a touchdown. That'll be 6 points for Ferndale. So South Kitsap is down 6-0 right now, waiting for extra point, but they have out yardaged Ferndale 86-27 so far in this first quarter. That's a good sign. And the kick is up and good. So it'll be Ferndale 7, South Kitsap 0.
Yes, the kick was good, but it was nice to see that our end came in there and he actually laid out doing everything possible to block that. That's another thing that I didn't see a lot of last year.
Right now, South Kitsap looks pretty strong against this team, and we just need to stop with a couple of mistakes, and we should be able to compete. And that's a great thing to see. So if I'm South Kitsap, I think I'm moving. That was not a very deep kick on the first one, so I think I'm going to be moving the return man up about 5 yards and see what we got.
Yes, it'd be nice to see one of them actually get the kick on the run, get themselves some momentum going straight away.
Yeah, I see Quinn Ogan out there, and I think we have a different returner back there. Is that 24 DeAndre Davis? No.
Yeah, I think it is DeAndre Davis. Yes, it is.
Like I said, very difficult for us to see numbers up here. So again, short kick, dropping in about 15. Ogan takes it on the run and brings it up to about the 28-yard line. Another nice return for him, 13 yards.
Well, as long as the boys can keep their heads, stay positive. All that work they've just done in their first drive and didn't get anything out of it. I don't want them dropping their heads or anything. I'm sure Coach doesn't want them dropping their heads, which is something he says they've done very well even in the first two games. They've done extremely well as a team.
Yeah, I heard Coach sit there and there's this quick pass up the middle, and that's our first completion.
I believe that was to Quinn Ogan, was it? Oh, no.
No, that's 13 yards.
21, is it?
Looks like the number 21, and that would be Charlie Gatlin.
Oh, no, it was 81.
It was 81?
It was Quinn.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was Quinn Ogan. Okay. Followed that up with another pass play. The quarterback's going to keep, I think, get to the outside. Glisson picks up about 2 yards in that play. So I don't think he had anybody open. So, keeping it and gain 2 yards is certainly better than, throwing an errant pass. So I think it's a great decision. So South waits for the signal again from the sideline. We had 2nd and 9. Another pass play. Oh, it bounces off of a Ferndale defender.
There's a
And
flag
there's
on
a
the
flag
play.
coming on the
That's
play.
the first one of the game, Phil.
So I'm wondering, I wasn't sure if we were getting held or some pass interference there. No, we have ineligible players downfield. So some of our linemen get downfield a little bit. An incomplete pass, it'd be a 5-yard penalty, so. But the penalty's declined. That's just your, sometimes your linemen get a little bit excited and get on down a little bit, especially if it's supposed to be a quick pass. Short, quick pass, and the quarterback has to hold on to the ball for a minute to get it just a little bit too far down the field. Yeah, so that brings up 3rd and 9. Again, South Kitsap just on their side of the field at their own 44, 45-yard line. The officials are stop and play for a minute. Not sure why. Okay, they're ready to play.
We got trips out right here, Phil, so I'm expecting a pass play.
And he does go back pass, and the pass gets deflected at the line of scrimmage. So I'm not sure why they aren't stopping play. They are stopping. Okay. So that'll bring up punting. So this, hopefully we have a little bit better snap and a better chance to get this punt off. And 4th and 9, and again, put Ferndale deep in their territory and see if they can drive the ball on us. Driving from the 20 is one thing, driving the length of the field is another. So Kyle Failing's back for the punt. Good snap this time, good punt.
Wait for a fair catch.
Yep. So Ferndale started in their own 29. And we'll see how South defense does with some field behind them. We have just over 5 minutes left in the first quarter. This first quarter's actually going pretty quick.
Well, I remember last year there was a couple of games where we had flags everywhere, just about every other play. So we've just had one flag so far, and that's not bad.
So run over to left-hand side, stop by South Kitsap after 1 yard. And I believe that was one of our linebackers coming
Looks
on
like
in.
number 27.
27, that would be Judah Helland.
I sure hope we're getting these numbers right from this distance.
Dark numbers on dark uniforms certainly makes it difficult. So Ferndale puts out one receiver far on out to this near sideline. And it's another run up the middle. Gains 10 yards. Fortunately, that'll be first down at the 41-yard line.
Looks like their running back, Gabriel, is a one-day. He's a 190-pound senior. He's pretty strong. Looks to be hitting the hole pretty hard when he goes up there.
He certainly does. I know he had a real good game, their first game. And then against Linden last week, they didn't get to use him as much when they fell behind, but Ferndale did come on back. Oh, here's another handoff. He's strong and quick. He's hitting those holes fast. 7-yard gain.
Yeah, he's going to be a handful, looks like, tonight, Phil.
So that's a second to give him 8 yards, so 2nd and 2. But South has been successful at stopping him at times, so let's see how we go. Ball's at the 49-yard line of Ferndale. And snap, another run up the middle, just off tackle. for about 6 yards. So that'll be balls down to the 45-yard line of South Kitsap, 1st and 10 Ferndale.
Yes, they're, I'm sitting here saying they're not going to throw the ball, but because this run seems to be working. But, they setting it up for a deep one.
No, when you can run the ball, why bother? We need to load the box and stop this run. That needs to be a priority because 7-8 yards a pop is just too much. I'm not sure what changes they've made, but we need to make sure we're getting them. Cornerback does a good job turning the ball back in there and not in the tackle, but gave him 6 on the play, and he did his job by turning it in. So great job by that far cornerback. So we have 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
It's such a positive start, so
That's we just need to get another stop, I think, and maybe get a turnover and go from there. Get a flag on the
I
play.
think it was a false start.
So that should help. False start against Ferndale, so they'll back them up 5 yards and turn a 2nd and 4 into a 2nd and 9.
These are the situations where we're going to have to capitalize right here and right now. Take advantage of their mistakes.
Yeah, Ferndale is a well-coached team and has a reputation for not gaining many penalties. So when we get one, we need to definitely step it up and take advantage of it. I agree with you.
I think that possibly could have been a touchdown-saving tackle right there.
That was, I thought he was going to go for a second. That's number 23 again. Picking up 8 yards. Nice tackle down to shoestrings. But it got him, and that brings up 3rd and 2. Short 2, long 1. So we have a chance to stop him here.
We're sort of in no man's land as well, Ferndale, so I would expect even if they don't get the first down, they may still go for it.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not much use in punting, but let's see if we can stop. We do stop
them. So it's going to be an interesting call here, unless they've got some super kicker.
That's a loss on the play of about a yard, so that'll bring up 4th down, and to give them forward progress back to the South Kitsap 37, but 4th down and 2.
And it looks like they're indeed going to go for it.
From the 37-yard line, you kick it. It's a 17-yard swing. If it goes in the end zone, so I kind of agree with them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
This is a great stand right here.
I'd definitely bring everybody up, though.
Oh, he's fumbled it.
Fumbled the snap. Quarterback fumbled the snap, picked up the ball, and still manages to just get over the line of gain. So 1st down, Ferndale literally makes it by about 1.5 2 feet.
I wish I would have seen that a little bit better. I'm not sure if the quarterback had actually stuck his knee down when he picked up the ball, which would have been a dead play. But I got to assume that he obviously didn't. There's plenty of fine referees out there that would have seen that.
So 1st down, try to run up the middle, and South is there.
Here comes the flag, I imagine. He sort of threw him down.
No flags on the play, so
I think we might have gotten away with one there.
that's a little bit of, I think, a little bit of frustration, a little bit of, just being anxious and happy and excited about getting some play, getting some stops in. That's going to bring up 2nd down 10. I think that's going to be last play of the 1st quarter. Yeah, Ferndale's not going to run another play, so that'll be at the end of 1. That was probably one of the fastest quarters I've ever seen. South Kitsap is down 7-0 to Ferndale.
Well, Phil, Brian, I actually don't think it's as bad as it may seem. I mean, we're having our defense out there for quite some time. We're not having, obviously, the time of possession, I believe, that Coach Vartanian wants, but to only be 7-0 down at this point to be fair, I think right now Ferndale is dominating the game, so we're not doing that bad.
Well,
South Kitsap's outgained Ferndale about just over 100. I got about 101 yards to Ferndale 63. South Kitsap passed the ball 5 times, and Ferndale hasn't thrown a pass yet. So it's a close game. It's just the turning point was that snap over the punter's head of SK, and that's pretty hard. I mean, Ferndale's a high-powered offense, and to stop them as much as they have has been great. But that was a pretty tall task for the defense for the Wolves there. So I think we get a ball to bounce in our favor, and off we go.
I agree. If we can eliminate our mistakes and hopefully cause 1 or 2, I think we'll do a good job and stay in this game. And we got them right now at 2nd and 10. Our defense has been strong at times, so hopefully we can keep that up and let's force them to put the ball in the air. We don't know if they can or not. They didn't have to in the first quarter. So.
Well, it's like you said already, Phil. Right now, the run's working for them. So if you can't stop the run, why change what's not broken right now?
Yep.
So here we go. Start of the second quarter.
And it's a run. And South has them. And it's going to be a loss on the play. Great job. Loss of about 5 yards on that play.
That's Cole Samu, I believe, for Ferndale, number 21.
Defensive end stayed home, got upfield, made a great tackle.
He, too, is a senior, and he's 200 pounds. Like I said, their running backs are pretty big boys.
So that brings up 3rd and about 15 yards. Long 15 yards. And again, this is the first pass formation I've seen from them.
Yes.
And it is a pass play coming on up. And wow, South defender gets stuck in no man's land between the quarterback and the receiver, but did a great job.
It's great coverage downfield, Phil. Downfield. We got a flag. I didn't see that thrown.
It's against Ferndale, so that's going to come on back.
Well, we could decline this penalty, so.
Yeah, but they gained about 10, and they'd have 4th and 5, and I think they'd go for it. So I think I'd. Oh,
I thought it was. I don't know. I didn't think it was 10 yards, but.
It looks like they're standing on the 30, so.
Do we know what the penalty was?
No, they haven't signaled anything yet, so. No initial signal or anything.
Well, the referee's gone over to ask Coach Vartanian. It's a face mask by all accounts, so it'll be a 15-yarder. I can't.
So they only marked off 5 yards, so I'm not sure. Again, haven't gotten a signal from the officials.
I thought Coach Vartanian had reached to his face, saying that it was a face mask.
No, they just have illegal men downfield.
Okay.
Again, one of the linemen got downfield on them this time, not us. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 20. And stoppage of play again. I'm not sure why it's stoppage of play.
I'm guessing the ball wasn't spotted in the right position.
And Ferndale's going to go ahead and huddle up again, probably get a different play.
And it certainly looked like they weren't going to pass at that time. I mean, they were certainly come back to the run. And then got Gabriel in the backfield again.
This is their typical run formation. It's handed up the middle. And they'll gain about 10 yards on that play. So that brings them to 4th and 10. Looks like we might have a Ferndale player down.
It's number 75.
But he bounces back up. So
Darius Walker Perkins, 6'3", 250 pounds.
He's coming out.
He's a senior.
Looks like
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a leg injury. He's kind of hopping on. So let's hope he can just a small tweak and get back in the game. Don't like to see any of these student athletes get hurt. So again, this is kind of a pass formation. And we have stoppage play again.
I think it might have been a timeout called by Coach Vartanian.
Okay. First time out for the Wolves. I'm sure he wants to make sure he has the defense set up. It's a great opportunity for South to get a stop here. So South has had one penalty against them for 5 yards and for no yards because it's declined. And the Ferndale's had 2 penalties right now for 10 yards.
You also got to wonder if Coach Vees told him, you know, if the pass is somewhere downfield and you have a chance of actually knocking it away instead of intercepting it, then knock it away because obviously they don't want to have the ball in the 10 when they can have it up here
Yep.
at the 34, 35.
Yep. Know your downs, know your distance.
Yep. Unless you absolutely have to take it.
But, remember, it is 4th down. So they have a receiver spread wide to each side of the field right now. Ferndale does.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a little screen pass to their running back.
Yep, I wouldn't either. So running back that. No, it's a long throw.
Oh,
No.
He fell for that. That referee,
No, they're calling it incomplete. There is a flag on the play. That was overthrown.
overthrown, and the actual receiver fell down. I think that's an awful call if they give it against South Kitsap.
The pass interference against South Kitsap, and from our angle, there really was no way that ball was going to be anywhere near catchable. It landed 15 yards or so past.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to call it like I saw it. The Ferndale player stopped his run.
So that will be 15 yards against South Kitsap, and that's a killer. Had him stopped on fourth and 10, and pick up a penalty like that is it's definitely a killer. And I would expect him to be going back to the run right now, and hopefully South can stop him. They're on the 20, and it's coming out wide to the left side. And they're inside the 10, down to about the 6-yard line.
So that's another senior, 175-pound running back, Connor, and I'm not even going to take a guess to how to say his last name because I think I might butcher that quite badly.
But that's a nice gain there, about 12 yards on that one.
Would you say that's Connor Obergotzberger?
With the lighting we have up here, it's our Obergotzberger, yeah, I think so. First and goal, the handoff number 21, he gets 4 yards, I'm sorry. So it'll be second and goal from the 4. So South defense starting to stiffen again. Real hard when they have the ball at 20 and they start a new drive from there, so. Second down, goal to go for Ferndale. One receiver out wide to the left. This is their typical run formation. It's going to be handoff inside, and he's in for a touchdown. So that's number 23 again.
Yeah, that's Gabriel Zwandi.
So their big back. So that makes it 13-0 right now with 9:22 left in the half.
I'd sure like to see a replay on that pass play that led to this.
South lays out, almost gets the ball, but it's up and good, and that makes it 14-0. Again, South is competing. They're doing a real good job. A couple bad breaks. The long snap over the punter's head to give Ferndale the ball at 25, and this pass interference call that basically gave a new set of downs at the 20. It's real hard to stop somebody from your own 20.
Well, before we have the kickoff tomorrow, we have girls soccer. It's the makeup game from week 1 of the season. It's rescheduled due to the air quality we had when there's all the fires. The C team plays at 1 p.m., the JV's at 3 p.m., and the varsity kickoff at 5 p.m. against Graham Kapowskin right here at SK. So come out and support your girls' soccer. They had a great win last night, 2-0 over Olympia. They're playing very well right now, so you got to be proud of them girls.
And what a great multi-purpose facility we have here. Just, to make a soccer field and have a great field for the girls to play on is all it takes is moving some nets. So this Kitsap Bank Stadium is just a great place to be. So Ferndale ready to kick off. We have Ogan back to receive. Again, short kick, bouncing out to 10, picks it up, nice return.
Here he goes.
Up,
there he goes.
And
He's breaking it.
gone.
Keep going.
Just got
Keep
the
going.
kick on the beat. Breaks it inside. I'm sorry, that's looks like. Yeah, that is Ogan.
He's pumped up. I think I wish he just kept on going down the line instead of turning in.
Would have been a good take your chance with the kicker. He didn't realize there was a couple guys on his backside, I think. But again, what an awesome run back. And South Kitsap has the ball at the 27-yard line of Ferndale. That's a 63-yard return.
So we've got to capitalize here. We can't just keep coming here and not getting anything out of this.
I completely agree. We've got to get some points. Hand up the middle. Breaks off the right side, and he breaks some tackles.
There we go. That's the way to be
Out of
tough.
bounds.
That's number 34.
That's Isaiah Davis.
We got a flag on the play,
And
blocking the back.
Blocking back against South Kitsap. It looks like there were 2 flags thrown for the same penalty, I believe. So that'll march it back. It's from the spot of foul, so South will lose 10 yards from there, or about 7 yards altogether, and still remain first down.
As you can see, Coach Fee certainly does not agree with the call.
Well, blocking the back is one of those tricky calls. You need to make sure you've seen the whole play, because if a player is running to pursue, and you've already made contact, and now you're pushing on the back, it is not technically blocking the back.
I think that's exactly what Coach Fee is explaining to him, that the play is already up here 5 yards from what you're calling.
So it's first and about 16. Back to pass. Long thrown ball. Well thrown ball.
And it's caught.
Caught at the 10-yard.
No, it's not.
He drops it at the end. Nice effort. Nice dive by, I think that was Quinn Ogan there too, at the 10-yard line. That would have been one we would have loved to have had, but just a little bit out of his reach. Brings up second down and about 16 yards or so for South, 16, 17 yards.
Maybe we could just, oh, there we go.
So Ferndale jumps off sides. So that would be an easy 5 yards for South Kitsap. And that was their whole line. So I'm not sure what quarterback did there, but Garrison should try it every once in a while again. So
A little bit of Eli, or a little bit of, Peyton Manning there.
yeah. So that makes it a little bit more manageable, 2nd and 12. Waiting for a snap. And it's a run up the middle. She's heading off the left-hand side. That's Isaiah Davis. He's going to lose a yard. This can get blocked up front that time.
You got to say Ferndale are pretty good at stopping the run right now.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and a long 12, maybe 13 yards total. And ball just over the 30-yard line.
Certainly have a lot of support here tonight, Phil, Brian. You can hear that crowd all the way up here. Well, there's another flag and another 5 yards.
Another free 5 yards. Doing a great job. Not sure what Garrison's doing, but he's throwing them off. And one nice thing about high school is when you cross that line, it's all sides. Doesn't matter really, if you make contact or not, they're going to call it. So very manageable compared to where we were.
And again, I got to believe
38.
we're in 4-down territory now as well.
I would agree too. So quick pass.
It was deflected. Well, he's not blowing the whistle.
So he just did. These officials, you know.
You got to be quicker with that whistle there.
Those are plays where, you know, these athletes get hurt on.
Yes.
And I don't care which side you're voting for. That's something that was an incomplete pass. We could see it all the way from up here. The pass was deflected backwards. That does not make it a lateral.
It's a dead ball.
Dead ball. It wasn't to come out right away, not to have people diving for it.
Well,
So that's 4th down, 4th and 7. South gives them 0.5. Back to pass. Long thrown ball. Flag. On the play.
you know, I got to say, if you're going to call it one way, you have to call it the other.
Yeah.
And so if this is going to be consistent calling, then great call.
So this pass interference against Ferndale. So that'll give South Kitsap a 1st down. And that'll be half the distance to the goal. That should put it down around the somewhere around the 12-yard line.
So many yards.
So that turns into about a 12-yard penalty, 13-yard penalty. So South gets that ball 1st and 10 at the 13.
Yeah, I was going to say they can still get a 1st down here, Phil. So
I think the key right now, to be honest with you, Lee, is if South can block it up front. And if they can, yep, I agree with them. I thought they were a yard short, so it's inside the 13.
you did say they were whispering that to us. So
I was like, I got 25 and a half, and I get 12 and a half. But
not only can Phil Nenninger fix everything, he can count everything as well. Oh, and there it is again.
Another offsides. There's the
There.
flag. Yep. So
What is Glisson doing down there?
I don't know, but it's whatever it is. It's certainly I keep going at because what winds up doing is
Or is it our 12th man?
we might be our 12th man. Whatever.
So, yes, is that 6th there, Brian, for 37 yards? Ferndale?
Penalties.
Ferndale, 6 for 37 already.
You know, and getting free yardage is great. So quick pass play, incomplete, over the middle, incomplete.
There's some big boys on Ferndale. I'm not too sure with the passing over the middle right now, especially when we're, on the 12-yard line, 13-yard line?
Yeah, now we're down at the 8.
8-yard line, my apologies.
7.5. So 2nd down, 5. This is a run play up the middle. And South will get it down to the 4-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, when you got a guy that's 6'5", Gary and Hatchett, I'm thinking his name is, at 250 pounds.
And I believe he's a sophomore.
He is a sophomore.
Hard to throw over that.
Tell me how many colleges might be looking at him right now.
So 3rd and 1, 4-yard line. Another handoff up the middle.
Oh, nice spin
down
move.
and South
There it
gets a
is.
touchdown.
And nothing more than they deserve there, Phil, Brian.
Isaiah Davis in for the score.
There's a nice sweet sound we haven't heard for a while.
So what a great run. Hitting the backfield, spins out of it, goes in for the touchdown.
You know, it's always impressive to see these kids. You know, it's that yardage after that first hit, and right there, he was hit, met right about the line of scrimmage, and yet he just kept those legs going, and 6 points for the Wolves.
So South lined up for the extra point. Good snap and good kick.
I believe we got ourselves a contest on tonight.
So 7:23 and South is on the board. It's 14-7 Ferndale. But again, you're seeing South Kitsap move the ball, their defense standing up. This is a great show from our team. So with
Sorry, Phil. I was just looking at what Brian's doing the stats here, and our yards for 127 to their 78, and I know that they've obviously got the 14 points on the board, but I would suggest it's still positive for us right there that we can get some yards on Ferndale.
well, and again, the 14 points are both due to real short fields. You know.
Yes, and I know our yards as well are from Quinn Ogan having some great runs from kickoffs. However, we got to expose the fact that they're not having particularly good coverage for themselves there, Ferndale, right now.
Yep.
And perhaps even later on in the game, we can, if they have to punt more, expose that.
So again, this is Kyle Failing. He handles all the kickoff duties for South Kitsap, and this is the first time we've gotten to see him kick this year, being our first game. The crowd is definitely into it. You could hear them just roaring. So kick down to about the 10-yard line. Ferndale receives it, come back. Good coverage by South. And stopped at about the 28-yard line, 29-yard line. So
Well,
a nice defensive stop would be great.
Yes, I got to believe now the defense is fired up.
How key would just a 3-and-out right here, and Wolves get the ball basically midfield, and then get some points on the board, and they're right back in it, and they're there now.
Yeah, quarterback keeper right now up the middle. Coach must have seen something. Whew, nice tackle. That one, way too many yards, giving up 21 yards, something quarterback keeper, but great play by, looked like one of our safeties.
I'm going back to keep stats because I just called that, and
I was just going
he
to
ran
say,
that off. I'm going back.
Brian, we might have to revisit what you were thinking.
So let's see if we can get a stop. I mean, one play doesn't kill you when you stop it. So, but Ferndale has the ball on the South Kitsap 49. 1st and 10. Again, they run out most of their plays out as formation. So South coming up the middle. Ferndale gets outside of it.
He's running over
He's
people.
running,
Such a big
he
back.
just ran over two of South Kitsap tacklers. They even looked like they wrapped up, but they couldn't hold on. That's number 21.
Cole Samu.
And
Once
Cole,
he starts going,
yeah, he ran for about 14 yards on that play.
he's a bit of a train, isn't he?
He was. He literally ran over. The guys were in good position. South was in good position. Their form looked pretty good. They couldn't hang on.
They got two very good running backs there, Ferndale.
Okay, we have a stoppage of play. South gets that timeout, looks like, with 6:24 left in the.
So while we're at a timeout, we also have boys tennis, and varsity will be at Puyallup on Tuesday. They will be at Graham Compowson on Thursday, and they will be at Curtis on Friday. With girls swim and dive, they will be at Rogers on Tuesday, and they will be at home against Stadium on Friday.
So a lot of different sports going on up here. As Lee, you're in the high school pretty often, and
I work here.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But have you noticed, these ninth graders being able to contribute in the last couple of years and come on up?
Obviously, this year we've had all the high school, or all the ninth graders are up this year with, more 10th graders who will effectively be new as well. So it's been trial and error since they've come up just this week alone, but it's been a fantastic week. The staff have been great. The students have been great. We've got a capacity of about 2,800 kids here. About 400 of them are going back and forth to OC. So they're doing a great job. The school district itself is doing a great job with everything that's going on here.
Pass play coming up. Quarterback's launching one long, and he's wide open. Oh, my gosh.
Well, that's number 3, Connor Obergotsberger.
And that's a touchdown for Ferndale. That was probably a little bit on the 280 side. Their first really completed pass, I believe, for about 40 yards.
40 yards. Yeah, well, I guess we can see that the quarterback can actually throw the ball for distance as well. So
Yeah.
nothing wrong with his arm.
I don't think the defense was prepped for that. I think they were expecting that ground attack to continue and ran out of that same formation just wide open. He was open by about 10, 15 yards. South Kitsap lays out, but the kick is good. So that's 21-7 Ferndale. The nice thing about that is if they were going to score, they did it quickly. South has 6:17 to put some more points on the board in this half.
Well, with some more of the other sports we got going on here, Phil and Brian, we got girls soccer again. They've got Bellarmine Prep on Tuesday. Obviously, they still got their game on Saturday to go, but then Thursday they play Rogers at home here. The girls' record is currently 1-1-1, so looking forward to their game tomorrow. Cross country on Thursday at 4 p.m. at LBA Park in Olympia. SK, Bellarmine Prep, and Olympia are all there. So Saturday running in the Bellevue Invite at Lake Sammamish State Park begins at 10:15 a.m.
So a lot of activities going on at the school, and that's, we always sit there and talk about how big the school is. And one of the things that it does bring is it brings a lot of different activities available to the kids besides just sports, and just a lot of sports in general because we have a student body to accommodate them. So kickoff come in. I don't know if I'd keep kicking off to Ognify them, but they do. Brings down up the middle. Nice return. Takes it from the 10 up to about the 32, 33 yard line. So about 23-yard return. So, did I hear that South Kitsap started a crew team this year? Or last year?
They started a crew team last year, and there's been a lot of interest. It's certainly a tough sport. You've got to have had some endurance to do that. And there's a lot of kids that like it. Practice early in the morning. They do it at Long Lake. So they get out on the water, and they do a good job.
So South Kitsap starts, runs the ball off tackle left for about 3 yards. Second down and 7 for South. Another handoff, tackle left, and South is going to kind of ground pound. They pick up another 3 yards. How much of all this excitement do you think comes from having a new principal around? I think Diane Fox is your new principal. Do you think that has energized some of these sports and activities?
I believe it's energized the school and the staff in general. She's bringing some fresh ideas. She's listening to the staff. She's wanting to work with the staff. She doesn't just take everything and just say, "Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that." It's basically a case, let's work together as a team. So, yeah, I think it's very fresh.
So that was a blown play. Garrison went to hand it off. There was nobody there to hand the ball off to, and leads to a big loss. Loss of about 12 yards. I'm not quite sure. It looks like they're going to spot it back up to 30, so it's not that bad, but it's still still a loss of 8. And South Kitsap's going to go back to punt.
Yeah, she's doing a great job, Phil. I know you were talking football. I just want to reiterate she is doing a very good job here.
Well, it's a tough situation to come to when you change the whole dynamic of the school, but we talk more after the punt. Let's see, hopefully another good snap. Snap's good, punt's off.
That bounce, it might go over his head. No?
No.
Oh, that hit them. I'm sure that hit number 26 on Ferndale. And even our coaches and everybody is saying the same thing. So that was completely missed by how many referees out there?
Yep, they're going to give the ball to Ferndale. But, you come into a situation, you bring the 9th graders up, you have 10th graders coming in. It's a big school.
Yes, new staff. I mean, she's doing a great job.
And to be able to energize, coach is still arguing that. It obviously hit, from our vantage, it certainly looked like it hit a Ferndale player, and then South touched the ball and collected it, and that should be South's
It did.
ball.
It looked like it hit Sean Gomez to me.
Ferndale spread out, nobody in the backfield. Quick pass out to number 21. Gain of 15 yards, 14 yards on that play. So Ferndale starting to open up their passing attack with 4 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, and you can see that when number 21 seems to get in space, he's not only big, he seems to have some speed on him as well.
He certainly does. He's fast, and Southburg get off the field. South gets that substitute on defense, and they do get off. So again, going spread, they're going to a passing game.
Pickett!
Oh, very close. South Kitsap read that play, and that was number 4, Nate Watska.
Yes, I believe Nate Watska is actually one of the players who has come back. No, I take that back. I'm looking at a 74. My apologies.
Well, Nate did a great job of reading that play and almost was able to step in front of it and get it. He would have been gone if he.
Yeah, I think he saw 6.
So, but great defensive play, held him, makes it 2nd and 10.
I think you got that play from Seahawks Earl Thomas there, stepping right in front.
So here we go, another handoff, double handoff in the backfield. This was talking about those double handoffs. It takes so much time that, South can penetrate a little bit, they're just not going to work.
I haven't seen that very much.
Yeah, this is the reason why I don't think a lot of high schools run it is, again, you run that risk of losing 2 or 3 yards on a play just because it takes too much time to develop. So if you're dominating the offensive line, you can probably get away with it, but they aren't. The South is doing a decent job getting in.
I think, though, if you're going to do that play, anyway, right now is probably the time to use it. I mean, it is a non-league game.
Another pass.
Not that you want to lose having a loss on your record by any stretch, but these are the times I think you try those plays.
Let's see what's going to work, what's not. So that's
especially when you're playing
game.
your own teams.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line for Ferndale. Oh, South.
That's a hairy
South
play.
They were trying to jump the snap count, make something happen. And I think they got there just a little bit too early. No, they called against Ferndale. So full start offense, so he got drawn off. So, great job. If they move, come on over. So we got just under 3 minutes left in the first half.
Well, I did see on that line a couple of big ones, a couple of kids bounce there, so.
So Ferndale was another handoff to left-hand side. That's number 28. Their big running back. He gains about 13 yards because they were back 5. So it's going to be 2nd and about 2.
You said that was 28? No, that's Jaron Green. He's a sophomore. And they got his weight down here at 135 pounds. Is that for both his legs?
Yeah, he looked pretty powerful if he was only 135. Another handoff up the middle. Breaking 3. Just lost his balance, thankfully for South Kitsap, because that's a 13-yard gain down to about the 15, inside the 15-yard line. And so we had 1st and 10 Ferndale from the South Kitsap 15-yard line. Again, 2:03, the clock starts running. 2 minutes left in this half. So Ferndale back to run again. South Kitsap's on it.
That's a fumble.
They're going to call him down, but still a 4-yard loss.
Well, I think that's about the first mistake Gabriel's made all night for Ferndale, because he's been pretty solid back there.
Ferndale's been cranking out the yardage this second quarter. They're up to right around 200 yards offense.
So definitely, being able to open up in the air, but the runs helps that too. So it's 14 yards, looks like, 2nd down, 14 to go. Another pass
Number
play
21.
come in,
Yeah.
same play, swing play, and he's going to go in for a touchdown.
Well,
But
we
there
got
is a flag
flag.
on the play, and I think that's going to be a hold. We'll wait for the call. We're just flat out outnumbered when they run that play. We need to have
But
somebody
you could
coming
see
over.
over there that there was no one to cover once he had the ball.
They got 2 blockers on 2 tacklers plus a running back. And
We had nobody going with him when he was running outside,
no. So holding against Ferndale.
which we're probably pretty fortunate about at this particular moment.
Yeah, so that'll drop him back. It looks like about 4 yards because it's from spot of foul. So he'd already gained 6 when they called the holding flag. Well, now they're moving where they're going from. So
Well, while they're figuring that out, volleyball, the varsity have 2 non-league games next week. They're at East Lake High School in Sammamish on Tuesday. And how about this, gentlemen? They're at home on Thursday against Thunder Mountain, a visiting team from Arizona. Tip-off at 7:15. So I believe it's C.J. Scott that's the head coach for the volleyball. So I don't know how he's arranged for a team to come all the way up from Arizona, but that should be something pretty exciting.
well, that should be something to go see. I mean, we don't get teams certainly traveling from that far, and they're probably, my guess is they're probably pretty decent if they are traveling this far to play games. So
It's
come
a
on
heck
out
of a
and
name,
support
Thunder
them.
Mountain.
That's a great name. I wonder what the mascot is.
Kind of sounds like a Disney ride.
It does. So, Ferndale, the officials have stopped play again. I'm not quite sure why, but Ferndale has the ball. It's 2nd and 18 from the 23-yard line of South Kitsap. And we're ready for play. With 1:04 left in the half, so we're now going out. Quarterback keeping and getting outside. Down to the 11-yard line. 11, 12-yard line. Got to take a little bit better angles there.
It looks like we have a flag on the field there.
You have a flag down at the 15. So again, hopefully for South Kitsap, it's a block in the back or a hold. You would imagine it would be. That would have affected some of our angles because. Yep, it's going to go against Ferndale.
I can't read.
couldn't
Was
see
it
that
helmet
signal.
to helmet or something, or personal foul?
Gave an initial signal, but it wasn't real clear with the signal. So let's see what we get here. It is a personal foul. They're marching off 15.
Yes. I can only assume that it was helmet to helmet.
Remember, you're no longer allowed on offense to lead with your helmet either. That's, a safety rule that's put in, and one I completely agree with. We're not going to get another signal. The booths are at one end of the field, and the game's happening at the other end. So
Yeah, I was going to say, Phil, we've got 55 seconds left in this half, so things are going away right now. We got to take advantage of
pass
this.
play coming up. Well covered. Good job. And they're calling it a reception, but he bobbled the ball, and Ferndale's going to have to take a timeout. Down to the 20-yard line. 44 seconds left. So ball's at the 20. It'll be 3rd and 15 for Ferndale from the South Kitsap 20.
44 seconds left.
And I believe Ferndale has 2 timeouts left. So,
I'm just going to give you a little bit on Coach V. He was born and raised in Racine, Wisconsin. He's a 3-year varsity starter at William Horlick High School. He was also a 2-time All-State selection as a place kicker, walked on and earned a full scholarship at North Dakota State University. He was also a 4-year starter for the Bison. After a career ended, he became an assistant coach working under head coach Craig Bowl, who is currently the head coach at the University of Wyoming. After a year and a half as an assistant at NDSU, he left to take his first full-time position at the University of Rochester, New York.
So this is a passing formation. Last time quarterback kept it, though, for Ferndale. So gone back, throwing deep. Good coverage by South Kitsap. No flags, no nothing. That's an incomplete pass. So.
Fourth down, I believe they're going to go for it here. They're not, I don't even think they'll go for a field goal. They'll go for the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a good kicker or not. This really wouldn't be a bad opportunity to give them no wind in the stadium, turf field, to build confidence. But if you can't make it this far.
It will be interesting. They just brought in Reed Benson. He's a 6'1", 230-pound tight end.
So you got to kind of expect a pass play here. It'd be great if South Kitsap can hold up and pass play, push off.
Well, I think it was a push off as well, and
No flag. That's a touchdown for Ferndale.
that's two bad calls. I'm saying that right now. Two bad calls by the referees.
So when I said push off, we can see the Ferndale receiver pushing off on South Kitsap defensive back. That's at least, again, what it looked like from our angle.
I know we can't see the numbers up here, Phil, but we can certainly see that from here. So why can't the referee see it from down there?
But it's unfortunate. It brings the score 27-7 with the extra point ready to come. South getting close on a couple of these extra points. It'd be nice to see him block one going into halftime. Ferndale gets it off, and it is good. So there's 31 seconds left, and it's 28-7 Ferndale. Hoping for a big return from Mr. Ogan here.
So back with Coach V, I just want to finish off. You know, he was a special teams coordinator for 3 years before moving out here to the state of Washington. He was an assistant for the South Kitsap Wolves for 7 years. He's been under 3 head coaches. He's been under DJ Segerson, Eric Canton, and our recent departee, Gavin Krolick. And before becoming the head coach, he wants to let you know that his mentors have been Craig Bowl, Pat Perlis, Jeff Ambrosi, and DJ Segerson and his father.
So Ferndale has definitely stepped up the offense this quarter. It's they've got 247 yards versus 140 for South Kitsap. You know, so that passing game, they obviously have a full, well-rounded offense, and you know, again, it's one of the things where you do what you can in high school, and I certainly, every kickoff has come down the Ferndale's left, South Kitsap's right-hand side so far. It'll be interesting to see what happens this time, because with 31 seconds left, I would not give Mr. Ogan a chance to return it. And they don't. They go cross field with it. It's picked up by one of the up backs. He brings down up. South Kitsap has the ball at the 41 with 26 seconds left in the half. So from South Kitsap, I think we're going to go back and try to throw a couple of them up and see if we get a penalty and continue on and go from there. But South has shown that they can score quickly at times.
I don't think the score right now actually justifies how well South has actually played.
South doesn't. They run the ball up the left-hand side off tackle, gaining about 3 yards. Done in 15 seconds. Officials getting the ball ready for play. This should be last play, barring penalties. And quarterback Garrison goes down for a sack, and that is the last play of the half. And that's a 5-yard loss. So at halftime, the score is Ferndale 28, South Kitsap 7. South Kitsap has actually played a very good half, had some unlucky breaks, and I think they actually can get back into this game if they play consistently. So for your halftime enjoyment, we'll listen in as the outstanding South Kitsap band performs a small portion of their season marching program, featuring the music of Queen, And also in halftime, stay tuned for some Student Emmy Award-winning work from our SK video students. We'll be back for the second half.
Good block by James Buckley. They're trying to run at him again. Pace is picking up as Isaiah Bird makes that transition bucket. Monte looked like he wanted to shoot that, but thought otherwise. So
Wow, that was
had
a great drive.
good. Nice.
Might be, which would be smart. There's a 10-point lead right now, so Wolves have a little bit of a cushion, but still don't want to let up.
Yeah, the game has really picked up.
Great drive by James Buckley. Great
Yeah.
to start the second half, and so yeah, I just hope they take that momentum and bring it into the second half and just keep building off of it.
Yeah, as Isaiah
yeah,
Bird
right
gets
there.
a
There
steal
we
and
go.
a layup. Almost the whole game.
It's a little strange. He knocks that first one down.
Makes his first. James has like
Oh my
another
God!
by 12, but they were up by a little bit more as Casey, the king, trying to get up the court quick, wants to get his points back. Nice three-point shot. Only up by 15, which seems like a lot, but really anything can happen.
The bench doesn't see what the ref does, so they make their call and they gotta stick by it.
Ooh, Casey, the king, Queso, another leg. His ritual, and makes the second one too. Looks like they want to go Memphis here and try to get a dribble drive as James makes the acrobat
I mean, it
buzzer
doesn't do
beater.
anything, but what a way to finish! Impressive. I'll give him that.
I'm not sure if that counted.
Yeah, he
That
got it
bucket
off.
counted. So the Wolves, after being up by 30, only won by 23 points, but still.
The potent smell of chlorine, or the scent of a young high schooler's dream. To SKHS senior Jason Gleason, the pool is a place for greatness. Although he has only been diving for 3 years, he has already beat the school's 6 dive meet record and the 11 dive meet record. And regardless of how he finishes this season, it seems as though diving is something he will continue to pursue for many years to come.
I dive at KCAC 5 days a week, and the coach there knows all the college coaches, and he's the one who wanted me to do college because I'm good at platform and 3-meter springboard, and he thinks I'll do very well in college, maybe qualify for nationals, maybe Olympic trials.
As far-fetched as participating in the Olympics is to some, many people believe Jason is only a few strokes away from getting the gold, including his coach, Mr. Anderson.
He's almost to that point where if you turn on the TV on a Saturday and you watch diving on TV, he's almost one of those guys. He's that good. If that keeps going that way, it's going to be a good end to our season and his career.
However, for now, the next jump off the diving board will be at state. Swimming his way to victory, you may want to remember the name, Jason Gleason.
What time is it? No, I'm late. Oh, how did I do that? I'm ready to go now. Only I could run at the speed of light, but that's impossible.
All right, guys, we're about to start rehearsal.
I went back in time.
School spirit. It can shape our experience of high school. It can shape our personality. It shapes what we do after the final bell rings, and we can either go home or go the extra mile and put something back into our school. School spirit ranges from participation in Spirit Week, supporting our athletes in the student section, participation in clubs, being an athlete, or any other school activity. In a recent study, 75% of students with high levels of school spirit were above average in grades and scholastic accomplishments, while only 42% of students with low levels of school spirit were above average.
They're invested in their school and they're more proud of what they do while they're here.
Kids that are involved in extracurricular sports, they achieve higher academically and end up having better experiences post-high school, which end up serving them well outside of education.
The concluding statement on the study of school spirit was that school spirit is a powerful reflection of pride, achievement, and determination. It goes hand in hand with positivity and is a benchmark of a school's holistic success. Students who have a positive attitude and school spirit encourage others to have that same enthusiasm, and that feeling can be felt throughout the school.
Interacting with students from all different backgrounds and different ranges, whether it be in the halls or assemblies, I think it creates a better environment and atmosphere for everybody in the whole building.
People that have, school spirit, it's just, they're people you want to be around, and it's, you want to be like those people, so you're trying to be more like that yourself.
So the next time Spirit Week comes around, the next time there's a sporting event, the next improv night, the next play, the next school event, come out and support your school. Show your school spirit and lift others up. Nothing bad can come from wanting to make yourself and others happy and full of confidence.
This is supposed to be a great time in your life, something that you remember, and if you can walk away with here with a great memory, then you've done the right thing.
When you make the final walk, you should be able to look back on the great memories you had. You should be able to say, I had fun.
See that? Oh, you don't? This is how a lot of people look at bus stops early in the morning. Even a simple cell phone flashlight could save your life. Add bright clothes and reflective surfaces, and it's even better. Protect yourself and others. Be seen, be safe.
Well, welcome back, viewers. We're here at South Kitsap High School. As you can see, the score is 28 to Ferndale and 7 to us.
And just a little bit of stats here. The total offense for South Kitsap was right around 130. We're not official stats, but it's about 135 yards all on the run, with the exception of about 13 yards. For Ferndale, they have a total of 247. A lot of that coming in that second quarter. They've got about just shy of 100 yards passing, and the rest by the run on that one.
So as the teams come to warm up and take the field, Ferndale will be receiving the kickoff from South Kitsap to start the second half. But South is in this game competing. Some bad breaks, some interesting officiating calls. Again, we don't have the best view from up here, but we see what we see. But Ferndale's playing a good game. They pounded the ball to the point where we were pretty much playing the run and then opened up their passing game. Gotta give them credit for that.
Yeah, like you said, there's been a couple of interesting calls from the referee, but I certainly don't want to be taken away from Ferndale's fine play out there. They're doing a great job, and like you said, they themselves have pounded the ball very, very well and hard. Their number 21 and number 23 are some very strong boys who, like I said, they bang the hole pretty hard.
But so as we move, it looks like they're going to give everybody about another 3 minutes to warm up and get things going here. But what do you think, Brian? What do you think we need to do here in the second half to get the ball moving downfield a little bit more?
You know, I really think the best thing that the coach could have told them at halftime is keep your heads up. We're in this couple of plays one way or the other, and that's a whole different ball game. You know, we never like to blame referees or anything like that. It's all part of the game, and you hope that the ball bounces both ways. And so hopefully maybe we'll get the benefit of some calls, and we'll get right back in this game. South comes out the way they started that first half of the game and get a couple of quick scores, and we're right back in it.
And to be fair and honest with everybody, you know, I've officiated a couple of football games in my life, and it is difficult. You see things differently when you're on the field than you do from up here. There's, you know, I've been yelled at as an official, and that's why I don't do it anymore. You know, to be honest with you, it's a difficult job, and we're not trying to give the officials a hard time, but we did see what we felt we saw, and you know, we feel like it's part of our responsibility to point out when we see stuff. But Ferndale's playing a great game. I mean, they've been able to run the ball, they've been able to pass it, but South Kitsap's defense was also able to stop them a few times and get a couple more of those. And certainly, if we could stop them on this first drive, that would be important.
Well, it would certainly be interesting to see, like you said, we'll hopefully see what Coach Vartanian got up his sleeve for the second half here.
And the one thing I can guarantee you was the South Kitsap team, they've been in a couple of tough games already this year, and Coach has been very impressed with how much the boys will keep playing. These young men are doing a fantastic job keeping their heads up to play to the final whistle. And so they're not going to come out down at all. They're going to come out, I think, with the attitude that they can do it and move on from there.
Well, before this second half kickoff, I just want to, you know, just for a little trivia, or not trivia, but information to our viewers and listeners here that do know that we are broadcasting from a 5-by-4 closet with one working microphone, one chair is broken, and we're doing our best. So as we stumble through this and have a good time, and again, we appreciate the fact that you're letting us, not that you have a choice, of having a little bit of fun with all this tonight.
And hands out to the audio video crew that does get us set up here with the equipment that they have available. They do a great job running the cameras and setting stuff up where we can walk on in here and very little prep. Go ahead and do this game announcing. And
I believe, though, the chair that is broken is the one Brian broke last year, Phil.
Oh, they just haven't repaired that one.
That's correct. They thought, well, if you broke it, you can have it for this year as well.
Do you know anybody in district office who might be able to get that fixed? So South is
Budget's tight. Budget's tight, boys.
South is just waiting for a football so they can kick off. And we'll get the second half underway.
It doesn't look like anybody left either. That's a great sign of the support these boys are getting. Crowd, parents, friends, family, you know. That's one of the it's one of the crowds, bigger crowds I've seen for quite some time.
And they're raucous. I mean, I don't know if you all can hear it over our mic sets, but this crowd's into it. And here's the kickoff for the second half. So ball taken in to about the 12-yard line, run up the middle. Wow, South has got to tackle lower. That's the one thing I can say there is that was an return out to the 42, but I saw a lot of arm tackles up high, and he's just going to run on.
Again, he's 200 pounds. He's just with you if you're going to be tackling up by the chest.
That's one of the issues South Kitsap did have in previous years. I think we both felt that the tackling was too high. We've seen a lot of some low tackles this first half, but that one was not it. Back to the run game. and a run up the middle for about 5 yards.
And that's number 23, the other running back, Gabriel Zawande.
So Ferndale really comes at you with a 1-2 attack with their 2 running backs. They actually have another running back they've substituted.
That's that number 28 they have down here at 135 pounds. Now that I see him, maybe he is.
Yeah, he's not big. So 2nd and 5. Run up the middle. Again, tackling high, finally get down low. But that's too many yards. That's about a 27-yard gain down to the 25-yard line. Well, they put it back to the 27-yard line.
And Ferndale's been using that play a lot tonight. It's not new, is it? Let's face it, we're not covering that very well at all.
No, their offense is actually fairly basic. They're only running, a few different plays, and then they open up and run a few pass patterns. But their run is, here comes a pass here. Receiver has to come back for the ball. It's caught on the left-hand side, but it's gained about 4 yards.
That was Jared Emmert. He's a 6'1", and he's a senior, 175 pounds.
So, they have the ball at the 23-yard line. South really needs to come up with a stop here. 2nd and 6. Ball coming out this side. Well, we're not going to get the stop because that's a touchdown, number 21.
Yeah, and that's too easy to start this second half right there.
So that was a call, I believe that's call.
Cole Samu.
Sanu again. That took a minute and 43 seconds. So was way too easy, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's going to hurt us now. We've got to just come back and score. I mean, I know it's probably the obvious statement there, but
that almost looked like it went through the hands of a South Kitsap diving defender, but it does go through. So it's 35-7, 17 left in the third quarter. And South almost has to just kind of forget about that and move on, and try to get the come on down, put a drive together, and score. And there's still a lot of game left, and the boys are hanging in there, and hopefully Quinn Ogan can get another good run back.
we definitely need a momentum swing here. Not just do we need to score here, we need to score here, hold them, and score again, and hopefully some sort of momentum change.
Yeah, Quinn is back looks like DeAndre Davis.
And he has kicked it to Quinn just about every time. I think, apart from one time?
Except for the one time right at the end of the half where they scooped it kind of across the middle. And quite the running start the kicker takes. So it's again going to Quinn.
Let that go out. Let that go out? No,
it's not going to go out. He's got to get that picked up. And
he can get a block there. There he goes again. There he goes again.
There he goes.
If he had the speed.
At the 50, he's going to be pushed out at the 42 or so of Ferndale. So that's what South needed, is a great return again by Quinn Ogan. And
he's probably close to having 150 yards himself in returns.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job and just really giving us great field position. They're actually going to mark the ball at the 38-yard line, so that's a
good 45-yard run.
Good 45-yard run, if not even more. South lined up. Pass play for South coming on up. Oh, they got the quarterback and he's going down. So that's a sack, and that's a loss of, looks like about 5 yards. So it brings up 2nd and 15.
I would like to see some just, some short plays here, just some short pass plays, pick up 4 or 5 yards.
See if one of our receivers can break something afterwards.
Yes.
Run play up the middle to the left.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, receiver could have made a block there. I think we would have been in, but that's a great run. up to the 27-yard line. That's about 16 yards.
Well, we got Alec Johnson, who was the receiver, and his weight's 100 pounds. And who was he going up against there? Their number 24, is it? Jared Poole, who's 180. So that's a lot of weight to be giving away.
So official timeout, South Kitsap. I believe all of our
players.
Unfortunately, we're giving a weight list, and all of our boys are apparently 6 feet tall and 100 pounds. So I think he does way more than that. But we're unsure of the South Kitsap weights here.
Well, I'm going to give our guy the benefit of the doubt there, right?
So it makes ordering uniforms a heck of a lot easier when every kid's the same size. So that's why we only have 100-pounders on the South Kitsap team. But South Kitsap calls timeout. They want to get their. Well, actually, that was a. There's a turnover there. It's I'm not sure what they're calling there. So we did have a fumble in the play before. Really? Ferndale does have the ball on the 24-yard line. And it's 1st and 10.
I'm sorry, Phil, I stepped away from what just took place, please.
South Kitsap just called timeout, so you didn't miss anything. So, it's Ferndale's ball.
Certainly still got a lot of enthusiasm going on there with the student section, I got to say. Certainly never been a lack of support here.
No, the student section has always stood up, supported the players. Ferndale's in their same basic formation. It's going to be a power sweep over to South Kitsap.
Looked like a loss of 3 or 4 yards there.
Excellent job by the defense. You know, on those outside plays, if you get your ends up, you tend to do well and contain them. That's South has been able to do that from time to time. So it's second and looks like about 13 yards. Oh, fumble. Ferndale's going to recover but lose a couple yards. So snap didn't get back to the quarterback on that one, and South had a chance but just couldn't quite get on. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 16. So you kind of expect Ferndale to air it out here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them air it out to one of those big backs either, because once they get a full head of steam going.
Yeah. Same basic formation they tend to run. No, but it's going to be run up the middle, and South is stuffing it.
That's the better read right there.
Yeah, that's a great job by South Kitsap. Ball's on the 17-yard line. It's a loss of 2. 4th down for Ferndale and a long.
Has Ferndale punted the ball yet? Oh, they have punted it one time.
They punted one time early. It was a short punt. South should get some good field position out of this.
Well, Quinn Ogan's back to receive the punt.
Oh, that is a good punt. One's got to go back. It's going to bounce over his head. Good job letting that one go, actually. It would have been tough to field, and didn't really cost maybe 2 yards by letting it go. So, good job.
And that defender was tracking down on him. I think his mother's glad he didn't catch that one.
Yeah, no doubt. That punt return position can be dangerous, and that was one where, Quinn, I think, looked up, saw that, wasn't going to much of a chance of anything. And
So the punter is James Henson. He's 6'3". He's 200 pounds. He's a senior, and he's also their quarterback and DB. So
South Kitsap runs it up the middle, a little bit off to the left-hand side.
yeah, so he's obviously got good talent as well, that young man.
Yep. Gains about a yard. I know you have a propensity for kickers there, Lee, because your son used to kick here. Both your boys actually at one point were kicking here. But, in high school, a lot of times your good athletes are also your punters, kickers, and all around. So South back to pass, a short pass. Wow, almost picked off. But there is a flag down on the field. No, they're waving the flag off.
That's good. Russell Miller almost picked that off there, number 54 for Ferndale. He wasn't far off.
Yeah, that was thrown behind the receiver that time. And we kind of got away with one there because it brings up 3rd and 9. And, it seems like a lot of our passes is going up the middle, and it seems like there's a whole lot of Ferndale defenders there.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, that, maybe throwing over the middle is not the right thing to be doing right now.
So we got another pass play going on. Garrison gets outside and skips it to the receiver. He's being chased at the time. So again, we got to stop the play. I heard a bunch of whistles, which usually indicates a flag, but I'm also seeing a 4th down signal. I think we have a personal foul on the defense. It looks like it's a horse collar penalty.
Well, that's going to be an automatic 1st down if it is.
That would happen across the field from us, but it's going 15 yards, so that's great for South Kitsap.
I didn't see it, Phil.
Kind of hard from our angle. Again, we're up high on one side of the field, and I agree with you. I didn't really see it, but they obviously saw something, so
Gonna have to take it.
we'll take it. But again, I think the officials are doing a good job, but we sometimes see some things that they may not, and vice versa. But it's a horse collar penalty is what the officials are doing. So, but we cannot sit there and rely on penalties to get our 1st down. South Kitsap has got to put their drive together. Little swing pass out to the receiver. It's actually a run play because he passes back and he's only going to gain about 2 yards. So. But there's one of those low, quick, short passes. Actually, a little bit of a pitch, outside pitch.
We're certainly winning the penalty war. I mean, Ferndale's 9 for 73, and we're only 3 for 23. So that's pretty good for us. That's showing some good discipline, I would say, on our part.
Especially when you're down by so many points.
Yes.
It's easy to get frustrated. So handoff up the middle, and that's going to pick up about 4 yards. So that'll bring up 3rd and a long 5, short 6 yards. For South Kitsap.
I don't know if they, work on a no-huddle offense, but it'd be, I don't know, maybe put Ferndale out of a rhythm a little bit if we upped our tempo a little bit.
Well, and that's, Southeast run that last year, so I don't think it'd be that difficult.
There we go. Quarterback has the ball.
Quarterback's keeper. He's not going to get there. He's only going to gain about a yard. He had a hole for a little while, but Ferndale's pretty fast. They closed that hole down.
Yes, they did. But I have a feeling we're going to go for it. We're how many points down here? 28 points down?
28 points down, 5 minutes left in 3rd.
We got to go for it.
It's 4th and 5. Anything can happen in high school ball, so.
Ferndale right side linebacker blitzed that last play and ran right past the quarterback, just missed him, or it would have been a loss.
So it looks like people coming up. Another pass for South Kitsap, and quarterback's going down. They got him. So that's going to be turnover on downs, loss of about 2 or 3 yards, and Ferndale will take over at their own 48, which puts South Kitsap defense in a tough position again. But you know, you got to take your chances when you're down by 28 points and try to get something going, something to happen. Momentum is a big thing in high school.
You're giving it every effort they got, that's for sure. Hopefully the defense can hold here.
And this is, again, non-league game for both teams, which is advantageous when you're down. But we still want to come on out and let the boys learn, get some stops in here, and see if we can get the offense going again. So it's that reverse again, and he breaks it back out to this side, and nice little run by number 28.
He's that Jaron Green, who they say is 135 pounds.
Yeah, I'm still having a hard time with the 135 pounds because he does not look quite that small. But you know, definitely a nice little run. It was a reverse going back to left. He broke it all the way back to the right. South kind of had it red on left, their left or right-hand side line, and but he was able to break on through when he cut back. So 1st and 10 Ferndale.
We've got a couple of wideouts here.
Yep, but it's going back off the right.
That's a fumble.
Get on the ball.
There we go.
There, good job.
Nice recovery,
excellent.
gentlemen.
South tried to pick it up, could not do it, but then jumped on the ball. So South Kitsap football at the 35-yard line.
Trying to see what the number is from here, Phil, who very smart to actually jump on the ball. It's coming off now. Looks like number 6 there. I want to say it's Nathan Marin.
So excellent job to not try to pick it up, just get on the ball so we get possession. So there's a break for us. So let's see if we can do something with the ball here. 35, 1st down, we're going to run the ball. Just about breaks through.
That's
gained 3 yards.
Kept his feet moving there, and that was a hard, 3 or 4 yards there.
It was. He was stopped really for no gain. I think that's Isaiah Davis again. Stopped for no gain and just managed to push on through, and he actually almost broke it all the way through that pack. Great little job running. So 2nd and 7. Pass play. That's not working.
No, we gotta protect our quarterback here.
So that's a loss of 8 yards. Brings up 3rd and 15 from the 30. Oh, they're going to actually give him forward momentum to 32. No contact was originally made, but those straight drop back passes, I think we got to roll him out or something to protect him, but the straight drop back, he's either being sacked or just about sacked every time.
I agree with you, Phil. We do have to roll him out more.
So 3rd down, 13. Quick little pass out to the receiver. Caught. Nice tackle by the number 54 from Ferndale.
The white hat was, I think he was tempted to throw a yellow flag there for roughing the passer, but he decided not to.
So 4th down and 11 South will punt.
And I certainly don't think it was roughing the passer. He just went to go for the flag, and then he just changed his mind, it looked like from here.
I think it was a good no call here.
No, I agree.
So we get the punt off. It's high, but it's short. It's a very short bounce. It takes a Ferndale bounce back into South territory. It's going to wind up being about an 11-yard punt. So I'm sure punter's not happy with that one. But you know, that does happen, and the Sticks didn't have to move very far, that's for sure. So 1st and 10 Ferndale from the South Kitsap 45. So that turnover, that fumble really cost Ferndale about 10 yards.
Well, as long as we can clog up the middle, I'm going to say.
When you go up, they go out the outside.
And he goes outside instead.
And he's breaking through tackles against more tackles.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's going for a touchdown. There's a touchdown for Ferndale. Again, that's number 21, Cole Sanu. And that's in from the 45-yard line. One play, well blocked. Ferndale did a great job. I mean,
And if we're not careful here, Phil, Brian, we'll get a running clock soon. I don't really want to see that.
South have been close on blocking a couple of these. Hopefully we can, boys are trying real hard. Hopefully we can get on through and get one. Slight mishandle.
Oh.
Well, that was low, but no good.
And I'm going to give that to our guys. They've
been coming
putting some
in.
pressure on the PAT there.
Yeah, they've come close on a couple of them. I think kicker may have felt that. So great job by special teams. And makes it 41-7 with 1:53 left in the third quarter.
I'm certainly not saying it's impossible to come back from this score, but I think right now you just got to be playing for a little bit of pride, playing for yourselves, your team, and hoping that you can continue to do the best you can on the field right now.
You play for your team, playing for your school. You have a lot of friends out here out supporting you, and again, hopefully this is just another step. It's one of the things when we come to high school sports. Sometimes you get a little bit outmatched. Ferndale's a big team. We're looking at them pre-game, and
yeah, I remember saying, well, they didn't look that big, and then when they separated, I looked at you and went, I've just changed my mind. Sorry about that.
So they have some 6'5", 6'4" linemen, and they're a good size. And they're obviously well coached. But coach has to be happy at least about the penalty battle, because definitely win that. So it looks like Mr. Ogan's going to get another chance here from the 12. Taking it off to the right side, breaks a tackle, brings it back to the left if he can get around. Up to the 31-yard line.
And that's still a good run right there. If he breaks that, he's probably going to get another 30 or 40 out of that.
Exactly. He got about 20 yards on that, 19 yards, I think.
And can't question his heart.
No, and he got about 15 of those yards sideways.
He's not the biggest kid out there, but he's got a huge heart, and he just keeps chugging and working hard.
No, by all accounts, he's only 100 pounds as well. There we go.
There we go. I am not sure what Mr. Glisson is doing, but Garrison is able to draw him offside for, I believe, the 5th time.
I was going to say, we haven't been keeping track of that. I wish we had, because it's got to be at least 5-6 times there now.
And again, when you struggle on offense, those 5 yards can be big. Now we have a handoff up the middle to Isaiah Davis, and he gets the rest of it. So it looks like it's a first down, South Kitsap. So we got a first down. Hopefully we can keep this drive going, keep moving along, and let's get on down here and get some points.
I would say that I mentioned that Ferndale's coach won't be happy with the fact that, they may be winning, but they also have given up 7 to 8 yards in penalties.
No, as coach said, would drive me nuts. That's especially the penalties they're giving up. Defensive line, you are taught to watch the ball.
Yes,
Don't
you
listen
are.
to the count, just watch the ball. And we have had not one person jumping off all the time. We've had 4 or 5 at times coming across the line. So there's a blitz, a run blitz. Isaiah Davis caught in the backfield, but struggles on forward and gains 2 yards. That's actually a great run. Anytime you turn a loss into a gain, it helps your team out. There's no doubt.
He's certainly doing a good job of moving his feet.
So that brings up 3rd down for South Kitsap, and it looks like about 6 yards to go. This looks like another pass formation. It is. It drops back. Long, deep pass.
That was very good defense.
Very good defense by number 12. That's
Jared Emmett.
And Kane came in at the last second and knocked it away, and you can't blame that. That was great defense.
Yeah, he turned and looked at the ball very quickly.
Yeah. I think one of the things, and I know one of your sons was a receiver, but high pointing the ball. We were kind of waiting for the ball to come down, and
Yep.
I think we could have stopped and tried to high point a little bit more. Catching the ball up at the highest level you can would have helped there. But South Kitsap's punting away. Much better punt this time. Fair catch called.
Oh, he's fumbled it.
Fumbled it, and South Kitsap has the ball. Nice try, South Kitsap.
Yes, he was.
he was. Player was on his back, grabbed the ball and quickly tossed it to another South Kitsap player. But if you're on your back in high school and you have possession of the ball, you are down. So, but South Kitsap does have the ball at the Ferndale 32-yard line. Great special teams play.
Yeah, it's the way to surround it as well. You know, they gave the guy a chance to catch it, but they're still breathing down his neck, and you know, we've got the bonus out of that.
Yeah, a lot of times you get that interference with an opportunity to catch the ball, and they didn't. And so, fantastic play. So, caught ball. There's a flag on the play. I think they brought in an illegal substitution is what I think we're going to see on Ferndale. South picked up 5. There's 2.4 seconds left, by the way, in the third quarter. You cannot run a player on at the very last second on defense, and that's what I saw. But where that flag is thrown, I'm not sure.
To me, that looks like a holding. Like you say, where the flag is thrown.
Well, Ferndale certainly thinks whatever it is going against them, so they're backing up. Illegal substitution.
Yes, good call there, Phil.
Yeah.
So again, another penalty.
Another penalty, another first down for South Kitsap.
Was that 10 yards there?
That's 10 yards from the end of the play.
So they're up to 88 yards of penalties.
And South Kitsap has the ball first and 10 at the Ferndale 15-yard line.
They got as many yards and penalties as almost in their passing yards.
Yeah, and that's going to drive the coach.
Yes, it is.
The clock's running, and that's the third quarter is over. So at the end of 3, it's 41-7 Ferndale.
Well, it's going to be nice. You know, let's hope they can punch it in start of the fourth quarter. Have a strong fourth quarter.
You know, that's what you want to see. You want to see the boys continue to play. I mean, our chances of getting 35 points in the fourth, aren't great. Stranger things have happened, but they're certainly ready to play and punch it in, gain some momentum. Still a long season ahead of us, so let's keep this going and try to get some points on the board.
Well, think about it. At the end of the day, how many points did they just put up Ferndale? There's no reason why we can't put the same amount of points up in the fourth quarter.
Exactly. If we can get a score here, get a couple stops, and just put up some more scores and see where the game goes from there. But again, different things have happened. Ferndale's turned, they're putting the ball on the ground right now. So we've seen quite a few fumbles from them this third quarter. I think it was 2 or 3 fumbles. They recovered some of them themselves, but we were able to get a couple too.
Lee, I know you spent some of your formative years in England, and I know that over the last just few years, we've seen a big uptick of American football in Europe. Was there much American football back when you were growing up in England?
There was, but then it took a decline. And right now
that's a blitz coming in. Good job, get the ball off, and the receivers are waiting for the ball to come down to him. If he steps up, he stops the defender from getting to it. But
right now, outside of America and then Canada, Germany is the next big place for American football. It's very big out there, and which begs the question why the NFL seemed to want a team in London when the sport's far bigger in Germany.
And when I was over in, I spent some time in Berlin with military, and we had the same thing.
There we go. There we
Pass
go.
play to the left. Touchdown, South Kitsap. Excellent throw.
Very well thrown.
And caught up high. What a great job.
I think that's Quinn Hogan there. That's caught that. No, that's number 11.
Number 11. And number 11 is Alec Johnson, and he's a 100-pound receiver too.
I think the fact that all of our team is 100 pounds has really helped us out.
Again, certainly with the uniform. So South Kitsap scores with 11 seconds into the fourth quarter, going for 2. So
Calling a timeout. He didn't get his
Ferndale
guys
had
on
to
the
call a
field.
timeout because South Kitsap was ready to snap the ball, and Ferndale was still running players on the field. What a nice pass from Garrison Glisson, though. It's nice high, right at the right level. Receiver went up and caught it up high with his hands. Good job by the line for protecting him, too.
Would have been interesting. It would have been half the distance to the goal with the penalty if they snap it. What does he do? You think he goes for 2 then? Here's the replay.
Well, he's going for 2. So we got a replay on that. That was great.
Yes, it was a very, very good catch. And there was a receiver just about catching it as quick as he can at the highest point.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what our receivers need to do. The pass before that, the receiver was waiting for the ball to come down instead of stepping up for it.
We were fortunate it wasn't picked off, really.
Right, and one of those basics is
Oh, my apologies.
gotta keep
They
it
were
running
going
good.
for 2.
We were going for 2, yep. So run up the middle. That's it.
He's got it.
You're not going to stop Isaiah Davis from 3 yards out. So there's 2 points. So it's now 41-15 Ferndale.
So, do we onside kick it here now, gentlemen?
I would see how they lined up. If they line up in their normal formation, then I would onside or bounce it over the first row and see what happens. See if you get lucky.
Well, Ferndale certainly did want to be scored against again. You know, they've got some pride as well over there. Probably weren't happy they were scored on the first time. And now that they've been scored right now, I wouldn't be surprised, they're going to want, I see a tough battle maybe coming up here in the trenches a little bit soon.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ferndale's going to want to come down, drive, and score. South Kitsap really has nothing to lose from onside and just everything gained. But it looks like Ferndale is expecting an onside kick. They have everybody except one deep man. So here's some place where,
So the person they actually got in the back is their punter.
Yeah. They're going to punt it back. If you can get it past that first line, sometimes you're.
Well, I was wondering if he was going to pooch it.
And that's what I would do, is I'd pooch it to this side of the field and go from there. I don't like that kick, but
No, it's going to go what?
it went out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
35
So it's
now?
flagged. Yep, so it's at the 35. That's exactly what you don't want to do.
No.
I think we were trying to be a little bit clever there and get to the short side of the field. And clever is great, but if you kick it at an angle from and give you guys more time to run, I think it works better. Ferndale had everybody pushed up to the front, so we could have gotten it through there. So Ferndale's going to take over 1st and 10 from the 35, but I do agree with trying to do something different and get the ball.
And they have their back-in quarterback right now.
And they come out in that same formation, same run formation. Ready for play. It's a run off to the right side. Oh, just wait. Nice hustle by South. Didn't get him, no.
That's
one play, 65 yards, touchdown Ferndale. So
I'm speechless right now.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I will say what I was going to mention after play is Ferndale was doing a great job on their lead blocking.
And
They're
again,
at
we've
the
said
second level.
once 21 gets ahead of steam, he's gone.
He's gone. He's fast. He's strong, and
Certainly hard to tackle.
yeah. I did like that. You know, the South Kitsap players did not give up on him. They tried to tackle him at the 10. So this time the kick is good, and that makes it 48-15 Ferndale, and South Kitsap will get the ball back. Mr. Ogun will get another chance. Not what you want to see after your team comes down and scores.
No, I mean, it looked like a bit of a momentum change there, but, you know, and let's be fair, credit to Ferndale. They didn't drop their heads either. They came straight back out and scored. I mean,
yeah. Well, it certainly quieted down the stadium, but you still hear the student section going loud and proud. The rest of the stadium is a little bit quieter, but all we need is another run back and see if we can change momentum again.
well, I'd like to see Quinn. He deserves to one back himself. He's worked his butt off tonight.
He's done a great job. If you notice, they get the ball on the other side of the field this time. First time tonight.
Looks like they told him not to kick it to him anymore.
They kicked it straight out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So.
I guess, well, let's be honest. I think kicking it and us getting it at the 35 is probably a good investment on their part.
Yeah, that's probably our worst starting position off the kickoff tonight. But I'd almost want to see him re-kick. But so South Kitsap will take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They drove down last time. We'll see if we can do it again. And this will be a run up the middle to Isaiah Davis. And he's taken 2, 3, 4 Ferndale receivers.
And a first down there, Phil.
And gets the first down, pick up of 11 yards.
What an effort.
Great job. Keeps those legs churning. Ball at the 46-yard line.
Well, we got a little bit more of a hurry-up offense.
Again, you know, last year was 4 seconds between plays. This year it's more, but it's still pretty quick. Another handoff inside, not as successful. Back to the line of scrimmage and stopped. That was number 3. That's Dalton Sullivan, I believe.
Number 3 or number 9? It was number 9.
It was number 9? Okay. Again, with these.
It is difficult. Tyson Carter.
And he's 100 pounds too. So pass play this time.
Very good.
Very
Nicely
good.
done.
Well
Well rolled out.
Again. Rolled out. Hits Mr. Ogan down at the 39-yard line.
He's had an exceptional game tonight, Quinn Ogan.
He certainly has. He's returns, receiving, kind of doing it all. And that's game about 15 yards down to 39-yard line. Well, they're going to call it the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10. South Kitsap at Ferndale's 40.
You got the middle wide open.
Wow, this is a blitz coming.
Nicely done.
Nice done. Garrison gets outside. Picks up
another first down.
15, 16 yards. Another first down. South Kitsap ball at the 24-yard line. There was a blitz. 2 guys coming right up the middle, and he just sidestepped them and ran it outside to the right. What a great job.
Read it well.
The last couple of plays there, I just call that, we're not quitting.
No.
South is not quitting. They just keep chugging. And that's a huge character. Huge.
So 1st and 10 at the 24.
And there it is again.
I think
this
we
is
have.
This is going to be interesting because they both went at the same time. Our receiver and
our left tackle,
and also defense came across. Because who came across first?
And he looks like
It looks like he's pointing at south.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the referee's saying, I really don't know what to call here. What do you guys think we should call? I
Lunch,
don't know. What do you
dinner.
think we should call?
Dead ball.
Oh,
So they are
there it
going
is.
against Ferndale.
So that's number 7 or 8 there. And we must be creeping up to 100 yards and penalties for Ferndale.
Well, if I remember correctly, their coaches used to make you do bear crawls for every number of yards of penalties. You had to do a certain number of yards.
They
of
probably
bear
can
crawls.
start crawling from Port Orchard to Ferndale for some of these.
So 1st and 5 at the 19.
Nice, keep going.
There's a flag down. And I think that's going to be holding
against number 23.
Yeah, the defensive back on this side, or linebacker. Maybe linebacker on this side. From where the flag got thrown. But let's see. Really, with a gain of about a yard. I don't know why they're having conversations, either penalty or not. Holding against defense, yeah.
It's who we thought. And you know what? To be fair to number 23, he's had such a good game, he's allowed to have maybe a little bit of mistake here and there.
So that should give South Kitsap the first down. Again, I'm not sure why these long conversations need to go on.
So it's automatic first down.
It doesn't matter yards, you do it anyway. So again, I don't know what the bring it back to the original line of scrimmage, I guess, is what the discussion was. So it's a 10-yard penalty.
So I believe that's your 100+ yards of penalties.
So there's 1st and goal from the 9 for South Kitsap.
Brian, how many yards of penalties is that?
Well, according to my records, which again are not official at all, but it's close. About 100, just over 100 yards, 103 yards of penalty yards against Ferndale. That cannot make a coach happy.
No.
You know,
They stop play. Does anybody see a flag?
That's about the 5th or 6th time they've done that tonight. I don't understand. Are they not waiting for the wind of the arm to start the clock? Or?
South gets that first down. They're little, loss of 5 yards back to 15.
Ferndale read that very well.
Yeah, they read that from the get-go, I think. They had somebody in the South huddle, I think.
Yeah, if you're going to throw a play, I don't know if Isaiah Davis is the person you want to throw it to, because I think they're probably keying on him anyway. So,
maybe a pump fake and then over the middle?
Or pump faking over the top. You know, let him jump on it.
Good defense by number 13 there for Ferndale. That'd be James Hinson.
He's a big kid.
Yeah, he's their punter. And I'm guessing their backup quarterback.
But definitely did a great job of knocking the ball away.
Yes, it was.
How tall is he?
By this sheet, he's 6'3", 200 pounds. He's a senior.
Kind of Richard Sermon size.
Got some athleticism
No,
about
go
him.
back to the
And again,
that's right.
they're all over this right now, Ferndale.
So that's another loss, and that'll bring up
number 73 right there.
4th and goal from the 18.
Darius Washington, who's a junior.
Yeah, he did a great job reading that. So from the 16, 4th and goal. So,
and it would not surprise me if they brought the house again.
but Garrison just has to get the ball up. Here comes the blitz.
Nope, they're holding back. They're holding back.
He bounced up. And doesn't matter, it's out of bounds, but South's turn over the ball on downs. Well, they're able to get the ball down here. We just can't punch it
I was
out.
just going to say that's been the Achilles heel really. I think a lot of our, we get to this final third area and we seem to be struggling just to get it in some of the time here.
South's quarterback took quite a shot on that play just as he released the ball. It was a clean hit, but the defensive lineman just put him on his back hard, and they're checking him out right now. I think he's okay. He's probably more frustrated than physically hurt.
Yeah. Obviously, we want all these kids to be healthy at the end of this game.
So Ferndale is at South Kitsap 16, 1st and 10. We're going to stop here. We get the ball back in position, going back out 21. Same play, exact same play. They went 65 yards on.
And
he's strong.
He's strong.
Going down. South Kitsap does get him down at the 15.
It's like you said, though, Phil. It's the same play they just ran before, and what is that, 75 yards?
70 yards, I think. So, yeah, 75. Looks like they stopped him at the 15, so that'd be 70 yards based on from our 15, so 69 yards.
Ferndale has about 250 yards on the ground this second half to match with their 150. So there's some significant offense that's just cranking out here.
Right. And you know, if you're going to have that sort of offense, I guess you can afford those sort of penalties.
Yeah, I guess so. But again, as a coach, I'm not going to be happy with the penalties. I am happy with my blocking. Ferndale's blocking at the second level is very good. Not only are they opening up the holes on the line, but they're getting to the linebackers, and just 21 is coming on through there, and he's not even getting touched until he's 40 yards downfield.
Well, Coach Vartanian's got the whole team out there.
So 15 points is the most that South Kitsap has put up so far this year. They playing again. It's a tough season, a tough way to open up your season when you have the number 6 team in 4A, the number 2 team in 4A in state, followed by one of the top 3A teams in state.
Yeah, I believe there are 5 or 6 in state for in 3A.
It's you know, the kids are going to learn a lot. Doesn't mean they can't compete against other teams. It's just these are very good teams that they're playing against. And I give a lot of respect to these coaches and to these young men because they still are not giving up. And it's been 3 tough teams. I think they realize it, and they're out there. Their heads are up high, and they're ready to play. And again, the student section is still fired up and going, so it's great to see them there. Another run play, meant to go outside, the back cuts it up. That's number 38. That's Brian Eby, 5'10", 165-pound junior. And he brings the ball up for about 12 yards, so it looks like 11 yards on that play. 1st and goal from the 4 for Ferndale.
It's a little bit relentless right now from Ferndale.
Well, and you can't blame them. They're using a variety of backs. They're using
Oh, they certainly are. And, you know, if anybody's actually scouting this game right now, they're not giving too much away.
The only thing they're giving away is that they are a big, powerful team.
Yep.
So South Kitsap holds up there. Makes it 2nd and goal from about the 3.5.
There we go.
Ferndale, same formation. Handoff
Number
into number 38, and he stopped. Great job by South Kitsap. Getting in the backfield, shooting on in, stopping him for no gain.
They're fighting. They got one of our players down.
So South Kitsap doing an excellent job. Boys keeping their stuff up. We have a very good athletic training division here.
Led by Chris Hyatt and Jeff Spaulding.
And they're doing, you know, that's one of the, again, we've talked about the fact that we are a big school. There are some pluses and minuses. One of the big pluses is this athletic med school. They have student trainers. They have professionals. I know all of our boys went through sports here, and I think all of them were injured at one point or another, or at least nicked or banged up, and were able to come up here and get treatment. So,
Professional level treatment.
exactly, and that's one of the fantastic things about running sports up here.
Well, it is hard to see from this distance, but it looks like they're working on the knee.
Yeah, at
A
least
knee or an ankle, maybe. It's hard to
again,
tell.
Looking at the TV here, I mean, like I say,
is that a 74? See a 4 on that jersey.
Can I help him up?
Yeah, that's Jaden Husky.
I hope he's okay because I believe Jaden Husky has just come back.
Well, he looks okay. I mean, he's got a little bit of a gimp in his step, but
Yeah, one of the things that Coach Vartang was saying, some of the players that have been out all year has been DeAndre Matsanane and Jaden Husky. So you don't want to see that when he's just come back.
no. And the other thing is, you only get to play football for a short time, so they worked real hard to get to here. You want to make sure they get played as much as they can because I know these gentlemen really like to play. So here we go. It's a pass play. Hopefully it's through the hands of the receiver. There is I saw something fly, but it was not flagged. So 4th down. And I am guessing that, if I'm Ferndale and it's 48-15.
I think I'd be taking the field goal.
I think I'd be kicking the field goal and giving my field goal kicker some practice. And it's basically an extra point attempt. I would not feel comfortable trying to run the ball in, but they are going to go for it. So some people would say kicking the field goal is running it up. Some people say going for it is running it up. The coach needs to know what situation really.
I would agree. And I guess other people would say this is football.
It's it's high school football. We've certainly seen more offside scores than this. And here we go. It's a touchdown. Ferndale.
I don't know, 48-15, and you're thrown to score.
Yeah, that's caught by number 3, Connor Obergatzberger.
Yeah, I don't know whether I agree with it, disagree with it. I'll stay on the fence, I guess, about it, Something I don't normally do, but
Again, one of those things where people would disagree either way. I just kind of agree with Brian. I don't know if I'd throw for it. If we can run it in, we'll run it in. But I think it's high school football. So the kick is up and good, and that makes it 55-15 Ferndale with 6:13 left in the 4th quarter. So again, hopefully we'll get a chance this time to see a run back instead of seeing the ball kicked out of bounds. There is a lot of green field out there for him to aim for. So
and I'm going to believe, the score the way it is as well. Perhaps Coach Vartanian is keeping some of his starters back, giving his other players a chance.
And one of the things we have to remember about the South Kitsap team is, Coach Vartanian did not really get a huge opportunity here to work with these kids in spring season and stuff that a lot of these other programs do. This is the 3rd head coach for some of these players and 3rd
Yes.
different system, and that does take time to develop. So here's the kick. It's kicked off deep down to 10 and out of bounds. So
Smart to let it go out.
Smart job by the receiver. We'll get the ball to 35, but again, Ferndale can't seem to keep the ball in bounds from the kicks.
No.
Something else that, as a coach, I would not be happy about.
Well, our stat man could be putting up another penalty here, but
So South gets that ball, 1st and 10, their own 35. Seeing a lot of new players on Ferndale right now. Run play for South Kitsap. Good blocking downfield this time.
Way to cover the ball up.
Yeah, good job there.
It's number 9 there, Tyson Carter.
Nice run by Mr. Carter there. It's a 14-yard gain. So 1st and 10, South Kitsap.
He's a sophomore.
That's kind of a awkward play there. And a loss of 2 yards, South Kitsap. The other people out here still working is, you hear the cheerleaders going. Everyone's one back, and their advisor, Cynthia Nunley. They're doing a great job keeping the crowd enthused, keeping the crowd involved. We have under 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. South takes ball to pass play. The Garrison's pulling it down. He's got some room. Oh, there's down to the 33-yard line. South Kitsap, that's a...
It looked like everybody bit there, Phil.
Everybody bit, but I also saw in the secondary a little bit of a hold by one of the South Kitsap players that we kind of got away with, I think. So, but we'll take it. Nice 20-yard gain. Ball's at the 31-yard line. So I'm sure South would love to punch this in right here. Run play again. Nice run.
He
These
picks
South
up.
Kitsap backs do a great job keeping their legs moving.
He initial contact and he kept pumping and he ended up with another 2-3 yards.
So that's a 6-yard gain for South Kitsap. Second and 4 to 25. So South waiting for the snap. Pass play.
No.
Oh! Through the hands of the receiver.
There's a flag on the play, Phil.
We'll see what that is, but 2nd and 4 is what we had. Flags downfield about 5 yards. It's against South Kitsap.
Was it a legal man downfield?
Yeah. Still not moving back 5 yards, but repeat 2nd down. That was a nice ball thrown by Garrison. Kind of went right through the hands of the receiver on that previous play. So we'll see what we get this time. 2nd and 9 from the 30. They go get down right to about the 21-yard line. Another handoff for South Kitsap. Back turns it up. Gains about 3 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 6, South Kitsap.
You know, we got almost less than 2 minutes to go. It would be pretty nice to see if we can just get one more score for these boys.
Yep. Let's see them hurry up the offense just a little bit. We are at 3rd down. You know we're going to go for it on 4th.
Yes.
Get it. 150 left. Ball's thrown up
Oh,
in the
I think.
air. Stops the clock.
It
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't
It's,
because
it's
of
a
the-
running clock.
We're on a running clock at this point because of the score differential. So
This
brings
could
it
be the
4th
final
down.
play of the game.
Another pass play for South Kitsap.
And we got a
South
touchdown.
Kitsap.
That's excellent. I believe that's number 8, Riley Escalota, sorry.
And Riley's a junior from South Kitsap. Excellent pass from Garrison. And as we've said all along, these gentlemen do not give up. There's 1:10 left in the game, and they go down and score.
Coach Vartanian still giving high fives to these boys. That's great to see.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of, maybe not a lot, but there are some definitely positives that the Wolves can build on from here. And that scoring that play and really working at that, I think, is a big one that they can take a look at in the film study, the first of this week and things, and take a look and again build off of those successes.
I agree, and that 2-point conversion was not good. I have to admit, though, that's the second or third time I've seen quarterback go to hand off and nobody be there. I think that was a pass play all the way. But just one of the observations. These young men they're doing a great job of staying in.
Well, that shows right there that they haven't given up by any stretch.
Exactly. And, 55-21, 21 points is, again, the most we put up this year. And
this is a quality side as well.
We didn't start off the season taking on teams that can't play ball, that's for sure. And hopefully this helps us as we move along in the season. And we played against some great competition.
And the SBSL was always going to be tougher than the Arrows League as well.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we knew that from the get-go when we moved in there. And the SBSL is actually not just tougher in football, it's tougher in most of the sports that we have in Washington.
But if you're going to compete, you might as well compete with the best.
Yes, if you're going to, at the end of the day, if you're going to get to the state finals, you're probably going to wind up meeting an SBSL team along the way anyway.
So they're moving, Ferndale's moving on up, anticipating the onside kick. See, now I'd put you down this side because there's nobody here. You guys can run on down and get it. But
it's our ball.
Onside, and it's our ball. South Kitsap ball.
Did it go clear 10 yards?
It did. He got it right at that 10-yard mark.
Because I can see the referees talking here.
Well, they haven't thrown a flag, so he, touching.
I would say it's our ball as well.
They're going back to the first touch, so they're saying he did not go 10 yards, I believe. They're saying it went
again, I'd like to have a replay of that, if it's at all possible. Yeah, it's not working there. Brian, good try. Brian's over here tapping the TV, hoping we can get a replay.
So Ferndale ball, 57 seconds left. And they're just going to run off the left-hand side.
And that should be really the end of the game.
Yeah, they may
maybe
have to
one
get
more play. But I would think at this point you would just have downed the ball a couple of times. But so the next game for the Wolves and their varsity games against Olympia, that's here at South Kitsap Stadium, and that'll be next Friday. I apologize, on the 29th. Another 7 p.m. kickoff.
So I think their next
Oh,
game
I apologize. No, that's Thursday.
Thursday versus, they're at Puyallup on Thursday night at 7 o'clock, and then coming around back here.
That's correct, yeah.
Is that what we're seeing? So the final score is Ferndale 55, South Kitsap 21. And for a great night for the ball, South Kitsap, the boys really did a great job in the first quarter to get a game. Went down. Interesting if we had gone down and scored that first time, that would change things a little bit. But
I think we got to go back to what Brian said, take all the pauses out of this game. They'll sit down, they'll watch film, and they'll show the adjustments hopefully that have to be made.
And we're watching these teams shake hands, and great sportsmanship among both these teams. But you're also seeing the size difference right now.
There's no denying that. There's a huge size difference, and it's crazy, isn't it? Really, you think of the amount of kids we got coming to this school. I'm sure that Ferndale doesn't have the same amount of kids at their school, and I don't know. Does it just go in cycles? Schools just happen to filter in big kids here and there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It seems like we don't have a whole bunch, big kids playing ball right now, playing football, and it'd sure be great to see more come on out. So tonight's final score again was 55-21. We'll both be in action again next week at Puyallup, and for Brian Pickard, Leila Doe, and myself, Phil Nenninger, we're glad you all listened in. And
so long, and good evening from South Kitsap High School.
And thanks for joining us.
Have a good night. Weekend.